being really crafty, I thought. In an overall jam, they were really trying to be inventive and creative. A little acoustic sound. There was also like a electric guitar that was hitting like really kind of distinctive notes before it kind of went right back into this sort of again
I
distorted
think you
sort of
listened a lot more closely on
jam
your one
thing.
listen than I did on my two.
Well, because I was totally into it, and I'm writing. I write notes. I write all these notes. Here we go.
God,
Two
what
pages of
is
it.
that?
2 pages of just scribble, but it's something I can. I should have been a doctor.
Just looks like some. I can't even read it. It looks like just a flock of birds flew over the pages.
I don't know if you could. I don't know if it changes up my
I
right
see
there,
that.
up my
Yeah,
alley.
yeah.
I wrote that up my alley. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg. That guy over there is Chris. And Chris, why don't you tell the lovely, wonderful audience out there what we have in store for them today?
Okay, we got a Ko-fi request by John Taskmaster, and I think we've done his request before.
Yeah, John. Hey, John.
The request is by for the band Ride, and the song is "Leave Them All Behind."
Okay. Yeah, definitely don't know the group, and I mean, I knew the song that we were going to do going into this, but yeah, it was racking my brain. Nope. So unless I'm surprised, but yeah, cool, man.
I hadn't heard this before either.
Has John's requested right for us before? I think
Yes.
there was one. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool, man. Let me go.
No, there might be more than one.
Well,
So-
yeah, I think there's three that
Oh,
John
okay.
gave us. There might have been one before that. Yeah, and I forget which one. But yeah, man, cool. John, I'm gonna listen to the song. I don't know where I was going with that, and I'll come back. Oh, that bass sounds nasty. Whoa. Whew. Let me bring it back though, because that beginning sounds similar to the Who. Won't Get Fooled Again. That kind of synth sort of sound. Is that a Mellotron? Yeah, it's got to be something else, right? But it sounds like that instrument that was used at different times of that Who song. It sounds good here. It's cool. And that bass. So I would imagine that vocals, this is a long song. I would imagine the vocals was part of this song. I can listen to that jam, that four chord jam, just forever. I love that. That's right up my alley. Just the rhythm. And just the band was just, it was just free, open, wide. You know, open, wide sound, guitar soaring. Um, I could just listen to that forever. Just put that on a repeat track, just over and over. All right, let's go. there would have to be a wah-wah to just take this out. I hope. I mean, this jam was good enough. It's glorious. I don't know how Chris is gonna like this song. It's just repeated for the most part, except for that little middle part. It changed a bit, but then for the most part, it's been like that 4-chord jam with drum roll at the drum roll at the drum roll. And I just love it, man. That's just like, inject me. Sorry, but just that's what it. I just love it. I love this. And now they're gonna end it with a wah wah. Holy man! I just died and gone to heaven. They don't want to stop. Did I guess right on that? That's so funny. I'm like, my head's like it's gonna explode. Was shaking it. And I'm like, it stopped right there. That's amazing. So, oh my God. Wow. Let's talk with Chris.
All right, man, I'm back.
All
And
right. So was it 8 minutes of bliss or 8 minutes of misery?
Well, here's the thing.
Somewhere in the middle.
No, I have an idea that it was probably 8 minutes of misery for you, and it was 8 minutes of pure bliss for me. This was completely up my alley. It was gluttony. It was just a 4-chord sort of thing. Until you got like in the middle, they mixed it up a bit. They sort of changed a couple of chords, and then they came right back. They're like, oh, we had to come back for it, And then they did like another 4 or 5 minutes of just of 4 chords, and it was just jamming out. And the bass was just the bass. There were different tones to the guitar. There was some My Bloody Valentine sort of guitar that was when it first came in the early part of the song, and then it became a little bit more sort of more traditional kind of thing. It still had distortion, but it was interesting. It was kind of coming more into focus. And it was just kind of things would just take different shapes and forms, while the damn thing just jammed and jammed. And for 8 minutes was basically the same chords, and yet I couldn't get enough. Oh, and the drum rolls, the drumming, it was just like, it was a course and just like how to do drum rolls, like exquisite, amazing drum rolls. And then it was almost like snowflakes, like no snowflake looks, every snowflake looks different than the other one, right? There's not, right? Right. Well, every drum roll was different. Every drum roll seemed to be a different, he's okay. I'm going to put a little bit more there, a little bit more there. And I'm going to take that back and then put that in. And I'm going to really go crazy. I really loved everything about this. I couldn't get enough. Oh, and then it kind of fooled. Well, no, because then I think I hovered the mouse over to see like how much time. I'm like, okay, a little bit more, because then they slow down. They like really slow down. I got time to sort of breathe, like I'm doing right now. And boom, it came right back in. It was actually before it went boom. It was a little acoustic sound that came in. So they were really
Let's do it again.
they were being really crafty, I thought, in an overall jam. They were really trying to be inventive and creative. A little acoustic sound. There was also like a electric guitar that was hitting like really kind of distinctive notes before it kind of went right back into this sort of, again,
I
distorted
think you
sort
listened
of
a lot more closely on
jam
your one
thing.
listen than I did on my two.
Well, because I was totally into it. And I write notes. I write all these notes. Here we go.
What?
2 pages
What
of
is
it.
that?
2 pages of just scribble, but it's something I should have been a doctor,
Just looks like I can't even read it. It looks like just a flock of birds flew over the pages.
I don't know if it changes up my,
I
right
see
there,
that.
up my alley.
Yeah.
I wrote that up my alley. It was
How much
amazing.
work did you do? Remember doing penmanship in school?
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they say
No, my
that.
writing's terrible too.
Well, they always said that you should have been like a doctor, because doctors always have the bad handwriting. When they write out your prescription, you're like, what the hell is?
Yeah, that's the only requirement. You don't have to know anything about like physiology or anything.
Before I stop talking, because I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely stunned, out of my pants.
What is with this? What is with the clothes? With the Arctic Monkeys, you like, if you hate this song, I'm gonna take my clothes off. Like, that was the biggest stud I've had in a long time. But okay.
I don't know. It's springtime around here. Oh my God, when it gets warm, you just want to, like, just frolic. That said, I'd be absolutely stunned if you don't bring up the synthesizer part that showed up at the very beginning of the song. And I think it comes in maybe a couple more times, and at the end, it sounds a lot like, did you pick up on this?
Well, no, I don't like the song, like you said, so, because you read my mind.
What do you think, though? What do you think I'm talking about?
First of all, I really like this song. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Okay, cool.
I really do. And yes, that undeniable keyboard synthesizer sound that sounds like the Who with Won't Get Fooled Again.
Yeah.
Yep. And you picked up on that too.
Is that a Mellotron? No, that's not a Mellotron, right? That he was. I don't know. That was something. There's actually video, a music video of that song that's actually shows Townsend sort of messing with that thing, turning the knobs and stuff.
Well, wait a second though. That was, they had to, because it was analog back then. By the time they were doing this, they might have had digital stuff. Yeah. So this came out in 92. So everything was pretty much digital by then.
Okay.
Not to the degree it is now, but I would imagine in the music industry it was. The professional music industry, it's not like now you can buy stuff real cheap and for your own home studio. But it's from an album called Going Blank Again. And that's 1992.
Yeah.
As far as who it was written by, they give credit to the whole band.
Okay.
So this is good stuff. Oh, and they're one of the big names apparently in the shoegaze category.
Yeah.
Which this fits right in there. So
yeah.
We've been doing a lot of bands that can be considered part of that lately.
Yeah. So why would I think you wouldn't like this song then? Wow.
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, y- you do need some you need some spice. You need some like it needs to be really interesting and
But
different.
it was.
I
They
I
wove. They took a basic thing and they wove a lot of things around it. I
right.
would have to say.
And I guess shame on me to think that you didn't actually really catch on that
And
and really like thrive on that. Yeah.
it depends really on. So the structure was like that. You could say in a sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it depends on what they're doing within that structure. So if the basic the minimal part that they're weaving this around is good to my ears, then I'm cool with the song. And if they
Yeah.
do things around that I like, it's
Yeah.
not necessarily that it's that construct that turns me off.
So and eight
You know?
minutes and 8 minutes of no matter how much stuff they were putting in, and it was really pleasing to the ears. The 8 minutes was yeah.
Oh,
I
after the first 30 seconds, I just went to the end.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
uh, I
Yeah,
love
the 8 minutes, that was fine because
yeah
you really kind of get lost in it.
yeah.
Well, if you like it, you'll get lost in it. If it's 8 minutes, then you just didn't like the main riff or whatever, it's gonna do nothing for you.
So
So
this
it always comes back to that. It just this either it pleases our ears
yeah
or it doesn't. I know that sounds real basic, but it is, but that's ultimately how it is. Some people
this
say, "Oh, that tune's not complex enough."
yeah
And meanwhile, they'll love some other song that's extremely basic. It,
right.
you rearrange some notes and you like it, and then rearrange it again and I like it, and vice versa.
There's no cookie cutter kind of thing to all this, right? Everything's different.
Right,
Everything is just
right.
that's the beauty, right? Like why do you like something? Why do you not like something? Why do you love it? Why, you know, the big mystery in life.
It is kind of strange. I mean, somebody can go to a piano and play four notes in some order and length of time for each note, and one person will like it, the other one won't, and you can't explain that.
No, you can't.
If you can't refer to something and say, "Oh, it sounds like this other thing that reminds me of this," and blah blah
Right.
blah, then you can explain it. But if you have nothing to relate to whatsoever, it just does something to you emotionally or intellectually
Yeah,
that there's no explanation for.
I know. I
There
know.
might be. Well, there might be actually. I should look into that and see like how we process music in our minds. That would be kind of interesting. Maybe there's some kind of explanation there. I couldn't imagine what it would be, but imagine we find out that some neurologist has studied this
Maybe.
and has an answer, or at least some good theories.
But it really is a mystery.
It
It is
truly
it,
is.
it really is. And
And
I'm
the
not
same with
joking
art.
around.
The same with art. If you think it's just an arrangement of shapes and
Yeah.
colors, I mean, visual arts, of course.
I'm not joking around, but I had this stupid song that just came in my head like since I said mystery like 2 minutes ago. Sweet mystery of a life. At last
Last
I
I
found
found
thee.
you.
I
That's
found
what
thee. I found you. Yeah.
my mother used to sing that all the time. That came to my mind too when you started saying a song was coming into your mind.
Yeah.
It came into mind too.
Sweet
Oh my God.
mystery of life, at last I found you. So yeah.
And I think the Madeline Kahn character sings that in Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And after she meets the monster, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And wasn't there like an actor from years ago, something Eddie or something? I thought he sang it.
that I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I thought because
I know
you know.
obscure shit that nobody cares about.
No, when it comes to cinema and the movies, you do. You do. Obscure shit.
I'll pick out some 1920s actor.
When was the first French fry made in the United States, Chris?
French fries weren't actually made in France.
Okay. They were in
They were
Coney
made
Island.
in Greece.
Oh, really? I thought Coney Island. With Nathan's.
You get it?
Oh, Greece, yeah.
What's great about bad jokes is like if somebody tells you them, you're like, oh God, after you hear the punchline.
Yeah.
But it's always so fun inflicting them on somebody else.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
then
waste this person's time with a really bad joke just to see their response.
especially if someone like me takes it and makes it even worse with like shh. All right, and right now just slamming a virtual slamming the doors right now, people out there.
Unsubscribe. There's a whole wave of unsubscriptions going on.
Yeah. Right now our cartoon selves, our heads are spinning right now.
Yeah,
Everyone's just going.
It's like it is a reaction site. I think we caused a reaction.
Yeah, not the positive reaction. Anyway, no, this was positive reaction. This was great. I loved it. This is on my playlist, man. We're on a roll. This was great. I loved it. John, man, you hit it out, man.
John
Really, seriously.
Taskmaster, yes, good one.
Yeah. I guess maybe I'm gonna roll and I'll just take us out.
Sure.
And say, Chris, have a good night, good day,
Okay.
good night. And to everyone out there, really hope that you liked this video. If you did, you may want to like it, hit the like button, and sub with us. That'd be pretty cool. We are upwards, going towards 2,000, and we're gonna pass
We are
that.
on a huge trajectory.
Before you know, we'll be at 100,000. Holy crap! But you know, and with that said, we'll see everyone in the next episode of Into the Music.
See you.